Hey, it's Wes.
Welcome!
And it's time to open some mail. Today, what do we have? It is the Zhiyun, I'm going to totally mispronounce this, Zhiyun Smooth Q 3-axis smartphone stabilizer. What the heck do I want this for? First of all, let's open it up and see what's inside. Not a bad box. We've got some instructions. We've got a banjo case. USB micro cable and a strap for said banjo case. Doesn't come with a charger, but apparently it's USB chargeable. And I'm not entirely sure that I would walk around with this strapped to me. Let's see what's in this case. Alright, it is a smartphone stabilizer. You might call it a gimbal. I have actually had this out already, as is the case with most of my unboxings. I have been using this, and we're going to be showing you some video soon. And let you know what I think about this. First of all, reasons. I'm a wedding photographer, and wedding photographers are increasingly expected to be what's called hybrid shooters, video and photo. So I'm looking into the easiest ways that I can get into doing that. I am already pretty busy with what I'm already doing as a wedding photographer, so anything that can make this transition, allow me to produce more great content for my customers without having to invest a lot of money and a lot of time and effort, that's fantastic for me. So, is it viable to use a smartphone like so? I have an iPhone 7 Plus here that I'm going to test on this. I'm sorry I don't have an iPhone 10. It's expensive, and again, I'm trying not to spend any more money than I have to. So I'm going to compare the video that I get with this phone and this gimbal, which is, depending on where you buy it, about $100 American, and see what comes out. How does this work? Well, when you have a plus-sized iPhone, things get a bit tricky. Although the case on my phone is not big at all, this will not calibrate with the case on. So this is just barely able to accommodate an iPhone 7 Plus or 8 Plus, which seems like a bit of a design oversight in my eyes. So I'll slam that in there. And then you have to use this little calibration switch here to make sure your phone floats properly, and with the iPhone 7 Plus, it's got to come out almost all the way. Now this process wouldn't be annoying if it weren't for the fact that, now that I have this arm calibrated to the proper balance of an iPhone 7 Plus, I can't put this back in the case. It no longer fits. Again, that's another bit of an oversight in my eyes. So now we turn it on by depressing this record button for 3 seconds. Bada bing, bada boom. We have a camera. It moves around nice and smooth. You're going to see more about that soon. Let's not wait around. Let's look at some video. As you can see in the video, obviously what I'm comparing with here, the Sony A9 has a much better bit rate, meaning you have a lot more data, and so when things move quickly or you have complex scenes, the iPhone video quickly gets bogged down, looks really muddy. You see on all the branches the trees, it gets kind of messy. When things move fast, it's not super crisp. if I'm walking with the A9 in my hands and not using some expensive rig, which a rig like the one for the smartphone costs quite a bit more and is much larger. And so walking with the A9, there's going to be visible bounce no matter what I do. I could not smooth it out even though you have a stabilized lens and a stabilized sensor. Walking with the smooth Hue, however, was just easy as pie. It comes out super smooth. When you turn this thing on, it calibrates itself very quickly. I have never done anything special to calibrate it. And it comes out impressively smooth. Now obviously the camera is going to have better dynamic range and you're going to be able to play with the depth of field a lot more, whereas the phone, everything's going to be pretty much flat while you're using it. Is this a viable alternative? Well, for some things like walking shots, this is clearly superior video to what I can produce with my A9. It just comes out so much smoother. Would the customer notice the difference in bitrate? Maybe, maybe not. So what are the negatives? Number one, I am always afraid I'm going to drop this because the grip on it is incredibly smooth, very slippery. The mode indicator on the side here gives pretty much no feedback whatsoever. So it's really hard to determine what mode you're actually in. There are 3 modes you can switch through. That would be pan following mode, locking mode, and following mode. My favorite being pan following. That lets you move it around quite a bit. You have a little bit of control with the joystick, but it also makes it very smoothly turn. And one of the advantages of its allowing only a certain speed of rotation like this is it overcomes one of the biggest weaknesses of using a smartphone, which is rolling shutter. You will get a slanted screen or artifacting when you flip it around too fast, and it's hard to control that very well with your hand, but this has a very fixed rate of motion. No matter how fast I try to whip it around, it's only going to move at a maximum speed that won't introduce a lot of artifacting or rolling shutter into the video anyway. So, what do you think about this? I showed you the video, you can decide for yourself. Let me know in the comments whether you think it's viable to use a smartphone for professional work. I know, you're probably gonna say it's not. Maybe I'll just have to get a larger stabilizer for my camera. That's a bit more work. We'll see how it all comes out in the end. And until next time, go take some photos.